Welcome back with the Quantum Truth, Sherry and Anshara Unleashed. And today we're going to get into the core of how to truly become human. And you may think you are human now, but we can make you even more human, or I can't. Sherry can kind of lead the way. So how does a human become a true human?
Well, the truth of becoming a human
Truth,
is,
yeah.
is your willingness. First, you have to start looking at all of your belief systems of duality, without wronging them. You can't judge them, but the more that you begin to observe. So the first tool that I teach is NEO.
Neo,
Non
my favorite.
emotional observer. And as you become non emotional observer, guess who you have to observe yourself first? You are numero uno to observe. This is not selfish, this is centered in self. And then you start this process called discernment. You discern, is this correct for me or is this not correct? So if you look at all the years and other timelines that are in your body, remember there's no such thing as a past life.
Right.
It's a time continuum, and it takes up space in your body. So as I assist people to open up and release and open up that space at the origination points of your timelines, you begin now to access. So as you become a real human, see, we think healing is letting go. Letting go, let it go,
Right.
let it go. Yes, that's part of it. But the best part is keeping that information in those timelines that served you and expand upon it.
Huh.
And as you expand upon it, so for instance, when I came to Arizona many years ago, and I was a mess because of that accident in near death, but it was a gift. So I lost everything, everything. This is not poor me, so don't go into
Right.
that crap. And so, but in my cellular memory, I remembered how I created businesses, how I became VP of marketing of a national company with a college degree, how became so what were those systems in me? And so I had to apply it, which is my creativity. So my creativity I implemented, and then I manifested, and then I actualized. Because remember, I was talking about cellular memory. This is not about me. This is about you too, where they told me I was nuts.
Right.
There was no, and they discounted me and said I was, like I was crazy. And I'd say, oh, thanks very much. I really appreciate that. Because I knew exactly where they stood. And I went next, 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 next. So what you are doing now is you are connecting to all of those cores in those origination points in your body that you can keep and expand upon. And it takes willingness to say to yourself, I deserve, not wanting needy, but I deserve by requiring to become a real human and unleash my power and my creativity and not be conned anymore.
Right.
And that you absolutely deserve it. So deserve means of service to self. The plane's going down, the pilot says take the oxygen 1st. That's not selfish, it's centered in self. And so in order to create the new earth, you do not have to get into a spaceship. Get over it. The new earth is based on the resonance of becoming a real human that is not controlled or conned anymore, that has a resonance that they are willing to be the God within them. This is not about religion or creating another God, but to create, implement, manifest, and actualize your knowledge. And can you imagine? You can be the one person that's going to make a difference first in your life. And so what you're doing is remembering who you are before the manipulation in the DNA. And guess what? You don't require DNA. And how do I know that? 20 years ago, I was at a conference with physicists. And I met this young physicist and, doing the technology going down. I lost his information. But about 3 weeks after the conference, I actually I emailed him and said, I have this idea, not a concept and a theory. I don't give a shit about theories. I'm into actualization, baby. I'm into actualization.
The truth.
The
Give me
truth.
the truth and
Yes.
not at all.
Yeah, or otherwise, get lost. And so I emailed him and I said, I have this idea that if you become conscious, you don't require the DNA. He immediately wrote me back. He goes, Sherry, I know you're not a physicist, but you know so much. He said, there's a young physicist from Russia. He just proposed the same thing. And I go, yeah, we were out there floating around in the multiverse.
Yeah.
And so I actually had my DNA tested twice, not from 23andMe or whatever, by the medical model, and it came back unreadable. See, because I'm conscious and getting more conscious every day, and because of this, and assisting other people to get conscious. And guess what? It expands the resonance on this planet so we don't have to be controlled. And that's what it is, becoming real humans as a group consciousness as well as individual. And group means to grow up, and it's definitely time. And so that was very exciting. And so I asked my doctor to get the report, and it came back not available.
Not available.
Oh, not of course, not available. So you don't need that crap. Again, get my book, Busting Out of the Matrix, Be Free, on Amazon. 5-star reviews, people I don't even know that put on reviews, and some I do know. So the truth is, you have it within you at your cellular origination point before the manipulation of being a real human. And can you imagine what we can create this planet to be? That's how the new Earth is created. It's not woo-woo. It's not we're going to have to get in a spaceship and fly somewhere. That's already been done. People came here in ships, and look at the screwed up mess we're in. It doesn't have to be that way. It's time for humans to take back their power and to be in charge, not control, but to be in charge of themselves. Isn't that exciting?
That's exciting. So how do the main things that I want basically the viewers and listeners at home to really emphasize is that once I started becoming Neo, I started really taking the words. And once I started to cut out emotion and be like, oh, I'm going to get angry about it, it's like, it doesn't matter. Your anger does not matter in this situation. It's not going to help you with this situation at this time. You need to cut out emotion and actually think through it. Become Neo, right? So it's funny because Neo's in the Matrix, right? So Neo, non-emotional observer, you got Neo from the Matrix. And I just think it's a great pairing because Neo is one, right? You move the letters as one. But what I'm saying is that to really, that's the first step that really helped me becoming a true human, because I started cutting out that emotion that was holding me back, that victim mentality of the world's against me. I can't make it. There's too much. I'll never be rich. I'll never have any of that. Once I cut that out and stop being the victim and playing the hero, that's when I started to empower myself.
Absolutely. And power is who we are, but duality is the control. And so when you begin to recognize and to validate yourself, there is so much in everyone, especially this new generation of the new kids on the block that started coming in 2002. They have the God particle. It is there, and they are the ones that are supporting to create the new Earth. You don't have to get in a spaceship. You don't even have to get in a bus. What you are the residents of that in your own area. And so I call this, let's infect them.
See, that's what I love to do. I mean, and you see it coming out right now is that people who are conscious are using the reptilians like digital stuff to actually unlock other people and make sure that they're conscious. So it's so funny. It's using their own weapons against them. You see a lot of people on YouTube, things that we're doing right now. And it helps people become conscious. And it's so funny how we're using their own platforms to unlock and unleash people.
Exactly. So. And you know, the difference is they are not real. They are all AIs.
Well, let's save that for another one because.
But I'm going to tell you, but that is the truth. So it's time for you to become a real human and not be an object of someone else's programming to control you through your left computer brain. So a real human is the godness within you actualized.
Awesome. So that's all the time we have today. This was the Quantum Truth, Sherry Anshara Unleashed. And you can find more information on www.sherryanshara.com. Thank you for joining us.